Hey, peace, boxing fans. Thanks for pressing play on another Bite Down Boxing video. I'm the host of the Bite Down Boxing podcast, R.L. Woodson, or just Wood. I left out an analogy on my thoughts on Jared Hurd somehow ducking Jermell Charlo for their unification bout that many of us were excited about at one particular time before the December Jermell Charlo and Anthony Harrison fight. And the analogy, or maybe it's anecdote, an anecdote, or it's anecdotal, but I used to bowl a lot, and we used to jackpot bowl 1-on-1 for money, and Adrian Broner was never invited. But you would get to the end of the game. Me, I came along later than everybody else in the group, and as you're trying to work your way up the ladder and trying to be one of the money guys, or just hustling from bowling, and you would get to the end of games, and it would be, sometimes it might end up being a 245 score versus a 237 score. And you shoot that 237 and you're like, well, damn, I didn't get that double in the 10th. I didn't get my second strike on my second ball in the 10th. So you got the first strike, and I know a lot of y'all probably don't F around with bowling. But you get three balls in the 10th frame as long as you get the first two strikes. And so sometimes that's what the game comes down to. So again, 247 or 245 to 237. And you sit there trying to rationalize it as you go to. I go back to one of my other partners who was farther along than me in it. And I say, well, damn, I didn't get that 10 pin stood up on a great ball on my second ball in the 10th. And if it wasn't for that, I could have shot 247 and beat my man with 245, and I could have won the money. And a buddy of mine would say, nah, it had nothing to do with that 10th frame. Back in the 3rd frame, you missed that. You didn't pick up that spare, that 10 pin or 7 pin for left-handers, or a 4 pin that stood up, whatever. But you didn't convert some easy spare in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th frame, and that's why you lost the fight. And so in this situation with Jared Hurd and Jermell Charlo, all Charlo had to do was win a fight against Anthony Harrison. Like, none of us were really looking at that as to be the Achilles heel for Jermell Charlo, and even he didn't. As I mentioned in the earlier video, he's the one that flew out in the middle of training camp, broke camp, to go to Swift Jared Hurd's fight with Jason Wellborn, and enter the ring and confront that man, knowing that you had, in 2 weeks, you had a date with Tony Harrison, and you get in there and you don't press, and you allow Tony Harrison to fight comfortably all night. It didn't have nothing with throwing that double in the 10th inning. In the 10th frame. I'm terrible. In the 10th frame. All you had to do was pick up that spare back in the 3rd or the 4th frame, and we get the fight that we want. But now we're going to sit here today on Jared Hurd's day and say he was ducking. He ducked. Jared Hurd had his own individual business plan going on, his own program going on for him to maximize his situation, and kept up his end of the bargain. He put away Jason Wellborn, and tonight he very well could possibly put away J-Rock to still be standing here as the man at 154. So I just wanted to share that, man. I'm getting ready to get packed up and head on over to the arena, maybe here in another 45 minutes. Hopefully I'll have some stuff tonight to talk about. That's it, man. Thanks for pressing play on another Bite Down video. Consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Hit that like button if you like my anecdote. And let me get on out of here. And keep in mind, 235, 247 for a jackpot for a bowling game isn't, 270, 260. But head to head, with $25, $50 on the line, or whatever you may get to, it tenses up that arm a little bit. So it is what it is. Again, thanks for pressing play on the video. Peace.